don't have any oh, you were talking about Valentine's. I was talking about something else that happens on Valentine's Day where you're aiming for two, but you're lucky if you get one. Yeah, okay. That could get you there.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm distracted because I have Pussy Control stuck in my head and it's been going on loop.
So I have the wildest like immediate sense memory of that song. Years ago, it was a friend's 40th birthday, and I was in my 20s, so this felt like very far away. And I did not mean to do that to you. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it was my friend's 40th birthday, and I can't remember if they were roommates at this point, but the friend whose birthday it was had become friends with a guy I had known from theater, and Kevin Myers, just like the most delightful dude you will ever meet, just like string bean of a guy, you know, very, 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 very flamboyantly gay. And I walk in medias res of him doing Pussy Control, and it is a karaoke bar. He is like climbing on all of the banquettes, like dancing on people. It was the best.
I love.
Like I feel like Prince himself would be like, "Good on you."
I like it.
I'm gonna take the risk in Black History Month to say that.
Like I have the exact same reaction to bringing "Sexy" back by Justin Timberlake.
Oh no!
I walked into a karaoke bar in Amarillo, Texas. I say karaoke bar. I think it was a Buffalo Wild Wings that did karaoke because this is Amarillo, Texas.
Okay, but do you know how much I would go to a Buffalo Wild Wings that did karaoke?
That's why I wasn't the only one there. Okay,
like a lot.
Poppin'. It was poppin'. And the drunkest man on the planet is singing "Sexy" back. And I don't mean singing, I mean crooning "Sexy" back. This man thought he was Frank Sinatra.
Oh no.
And I walk in and I happen to be adorable.
I mean, look at you.
At the time, I was 19. I was at peak cute.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I was unstoppable. A complete idiot. I would have harnessed even half of that power. Things would be different.
Oh yes.
I would be next to a dumb man in the White House, not letting him touch me. Okay? Anywho. So I walk in and I walk right over because one of my friends is working the bar, and I'm kind of hoping that if I give him he'll give me an alcohol. He did not.
Oh. As
I'm walking towards the bar, this man embodies the entirety of the Rat Pack and Justin Timberlake himself and physically brought "Sexy" back. Directly on me.
But did he have a receipt?
Did he what?
Did he have a receipt? He tried to bring it back. You can't bring anything back.
That's why I told him to go home.
You can't bring something back without the receipt.
This man walked over and scooped me up with one arm and tossed me up and is holding me in the air while still singing "Sexy" back. Kind of well, actually, which was part of the...
What was the approximate age of this individual?
He was at least in his 50s. This looked like an old sailor from like...
Okay.
Hey,
all right. No, now I'm kind of into it.
Sure.
Now I'm kind of into it.
Don't get me wrong. There was a weird little part of me that'd be like, I'd miss you if you were out to sea. You know what I mean? But like...
When will my sailor come home? Like, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Oh, I got in trouble on TikTok.
You? Never.
I know. So, as we know, in the past couple of weeks, couple of fun things, and by fun, I mean horrific things have happened in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. Mostly a shooting at a church where a woman and her 5-year-old were killed.
Yes.
And another person was killed as well.
I'm kind of terrible because I saw that Joel Osteen's church was getting shot up, and for the first time in 20 years since the assault weapons ban expired, I thought, yeah, okay.
I can see that. So we have a female we have a female mass shooter, or at least attempted
Right.
mass shooter. Right?
Like that.
And
That happens once in a while.
once in a very, very long while. But she went big. She went after a huge church. Like, baby had dreams of grandeur. Second, APD is now saying that they are looking for a female in connection with the Rainy Street Ripper case. That's right, baby! We got a spree killer and a serial killer who are bitches. Because Texas fucked up women so bad that we all just went, fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck it. I will kill everybody? Like, okay.
I would like to highlight, I am not condoning your actions. Don't murder people.
Look.
I don't think murder is a good idea.
Look, there is that quote that may or may not be misattributed to Thurgood Marshall. That is, I've never hoped for someone's death, but I've read many an obituary with great relish. Like,
yes.
like that's where I live most of the time.
Again,
except in the case of Joel Osteen, because sir, you Tim Allen, you great value Tim Allen motherfucker.
Get us killed. We are very, very sad for all of the family members of the people who were murdered, and
right.
We don't think those people should have deserved to die. I'm just saying I understand her anger,
right,
and all of that fun stuff. So I made a little video on the TikTok,
sure,
where I was slightly glib about it and maybe used a pirate shanty as the song. Well, then a lovely gentleman decided to come and say that he was going to come and put me back in my place by force, if necessary. To which all of my wonderful followers went,
report.
And I playfully did a little video called "You Need to Look Up the Correlation Between No-Fault Divorce Passing and the Expansion of Men's Lifespans. And then you need to look up how easy it is to make a cherry fucking pit pie. Y'all don't fucking stay in your lane. Y'all are gonna return to your original lifespans." in my hometown, one of my friends, her grandmother was given on her wedding day a cutting board, an old, big, thick cutting board with a cherry pit pie recipe soldered into the back of it.
All right, this is where the northern in me is jumping out. What is cherry pit pie? I'm assuming it's Tennessee ham and strawberry jam flavored.
Yes. Cherry pits and apple seeds actually contain ricin.
Oh shit!
If you boil them out, but that's why you're supposed to de-pit your cherries before you make a cherry pie.
Aha! I just figured because biting on a cherry stone is a great way to have an emergency dentist appointment.
Yeah, but if you don't, and then you go through, so it's called a cherry pit pie because there would be holes in the top where she had to go through and pull out the cherry pits.
Ah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh boy. So I have a friend who is part of the duo that does the podcast Song versus Song. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's basically what it says on the tin. They pick two songs. It's my friend Lena and her friend Todd in the Shadows, who you might recognize that name. Anyway, the 6 Degrees of Jill Friedman never misses. Anyway, so it's a really great show where it's like they take two songs and sort of debate which one is better or which one, whatever the premise is that week. And the most recent one was Goodbye Earl versus Before He Cheats.
Yes! Before He Cheats, come on. Amateur hour. You fuck his truck up at his funeral.
Oh, God. Hello, Doorman412. I actually am not sure who you are, but thank you for joining with us. It's awesome to see you here. I will tell Lena to tell Todd you shouted out Todd in my chat. I'm never famous. I'm always just adjacent to fame. Anyway.
I secretly love being the comic relief B-plot in all my friends' lives. Like, dude, come on, tell me I'm wrong.
I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that.
Like, Come on. Everybody else, okay, I have Crystal, right, who's got main character energy. We talked about her last
Right.
week, long lost sister, blah blah blah. We have you guys. We have you and your partner who live just remarkable lives in comparison to mine, because I don't ever leave my house. And then I don't know, I have so many wonderful, successful, awesome friends, and then I'm over here like, I tried to fix my own toaster.
I mean,
Story.
so
Feel anything in the left arm now.
I know that, you know, social media is everyone's highlight reel, because like that's how I feel in my life. And like the 6 Degrees of Jill Friedman thing does not help it, because it's like no, it doesn't help me.
I know,
It doesn't get me anywhere.
The 6 Degrees of Jill Friedman is now bleeding into my life. Half of the people that attacked this dude on TikTok I met through you.
Well, thank you to my friends who did that. Is the video still up? Because I'm gonna go look at it later.
Oh, you're damn right. I'll go tag you in it.
Oh fuck yeah!
And you
All
can
right.
see the video responses that your friends put on there, and they are articulate, wonderful people.
I am so excited to watch this stuff. Can I just say who I am, or is that against Twitch etiquette? You can say it. Like no one else is in the chat right now that I'm really aware of. So unless you care that possibly 3 other people who might or might not know you already know that you're in this chat, like go on and say it's fine.
Nobody's watching this podcast.
Look. Our OnlyFan has just followed me on Twitch.
Okay, well, first off.
Oh, okay. The 412. Okay, this is hilarious. This is my friend Tim, who I dated when I was in college. I should have known 412. I didn't know you were going by doorman these days. 412 is his birthday. I figured I thought it might be you, but I was like, oh.
You never want to assume.
Right. Exactly.
I dated that guy. I'm a woman and I'm mad at you. No. That's how that conversation normally ends on the internet. So
Oh man.
So we've got some big news from the Gilliam front with the packin' and the foldin' and the everythings.
He says, yeah, it's a crappy screen name. Thank 25-year-old me. No, because I knew you then, and you had a great screen name, and it was you had optimistic fool and bad conductor, or good insulator. Good insulator was such a good one. Why did you lose good insulator? All right, we're not gonna yell at my friends through Twitch. That's not fair.
I'm gonna yell at your friends through Twitch. What the hell, man? Terrible.
I don't know. Yeah. So packing up my house. We don't know when yet. We don't have any. No, we're not announcing anything in public yet. We're not making any we're not putting pins in any maps yet.
Talking about how we're gonna have to set up spy gear to hang me from the.
Oh
ceiling.
yeah. Well, we've lived in this house for 8 years, and especially since the last 12 of them were in the pandemic, like our garage is just so full of shit, and it's like the problem is that not even half of that, it's not even half of the shit in the garage, which is really I think says something about me, which I'll get to in a second. But not even half of that stuff is the stuff that I took from my parents' apartment when I cleaned out the apartment last year. So it's like, I think there is absolutely a world in which I just put everything in that apartment and just took it. That's not the world we live in. I took a wild, the further into the process we got, the weirder the hodgepodge of shit is. I took a single knife, a table knife, not even not a nice knife, just a single knife. Cause I just wanted to have something in that china, in that silver pattern.
I know. Because I was there when you were going through your little grapple phase where you were like, I'm surrounded by things and I'm trying to decide and I can't. I'm going to put them all into a box and we're going to figure this out later. I was like, okay, we'll get drunk and we'll do it at your place.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not? We're going to watch our Farscape show and just...
Exactly. Oh man, I regret, I do owe you an apology. Josh and I started rewatching it. I'm sorry.
This is like an inviting me out on a date, canceling, and then taking somebody
No,
else.
I know. Because here's why. Here's why. When you hear why, you will be like, all right, fair.
All right.
When we moved to Austin, it was the first show we watched together. There are like 5 seasons, so I figured if we were going to finish it before we leave, we had to start now. See, I told you. John says he's having difficulty hearing you. That's which. John, is the background music hurting that? Because I can turn that down. Let me know.
It's like people in Scotland can hear me. They're just outside.
Exactly. So that's why I do apologize. I did do exactly what you said I did. However, there was a very sentimental and shut up kind of reason for it, and that was it.
I totally get it.
It was so funny too, because when I pitched it to Josh, I was like, he says, all right. John says he hears no music, but he hears you clear. He hears me clearly, and you are very soft. So I don't know what's going on there.
I'm sorry.
At any rate, all right. If John can't hear the music, then I'm just gonna turn it off because whatever. But hopefully that does help. John, I wish I could. I don't know how.
Let me try a thing here.
Oh, here we go. Let's try. All right, say something.
Okay. Alrighty.
Not yet. Nope.
Apples,
Oh, yes.
pickles, apples, potatoes.
All right, there we go. You actually do sound much clearer now, even just to me, so that's fine.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right. So, yeah. So like.
Yes. I'm sentimental, and yes, that's incredibly sweet. I can't argue the point yet. I'm just excited. Honestly, I just haven't left the house in a really long time. So even if it's just to go sit in somebody else's house, I'm just very excited.
No, that's fair. I understand that impulse completely. Yeah. I think shit, it's about to get colder again. I was about to say, like, let's all go back to Little Darlin' and crochet and be,
Is it seriously gonna get cold again?
I regret to inform you, it's we're supposed to have a freeze tonight.
I refuse.
Your sound is hitting somewhere in and out.
God dang it! It's my headphones. They the noise canceling in my headphones like cuts off if I'm talking for the first little bit, and then it's like, okay, this bitch is mouthing off.
Why do your headphones have a millennial pause?
Because they are old as fuck.
All right, that's fair. As an old as fuck millennial, that's fair. I'll take that.
Yeah. They're old and they were cheap, and that was it. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
They were AirPods that fit my tiny little ears and don't hurt.
That's a whole fucking mood right there. Good Lord.
Yeah. So that's why I have the older AirPods. But with that, they are old as fuck.
Right.
So
there has never been an Apple your in-ear product that has fit in my ears.
Those Galaxy Buds, the first ones that came out, because I heard for people with little ears, they're awesome.
So I have these now. It's some brand, BMANAI.
Creeps me the fuck out. I can't.
Oh, which the in-ear?
Nipple squishy part in your fucking ear hole? No. It weirds me out.
Well, whatever.
Everybody's got their tism.
Look, yeah, no, for real. Like everyone's got their thing. Like I know people who can't do in-ear at all. I know people who over-ear they can't handle. Like everyone's got their, like you said, everyone's got their tism. What's up?
Because I wear them when I'm over ear, I can't do because I use my headphones a lot when I'm walking my dogs,
Right.
and I live in a sketchy neighborhood. I don't need those people not knowing that I can't hear them sneaking up behind me. You know what I mean?
That part. Yeah. Tim says, so what I'm hearing is there's a market for earbuds for people with small ears. Tim, you knew that from back when we first met. Because I am the tiniest. No, like genuinely, I wear children's size shoes. I wear young children's size bike helmets.
You have a very small head.
It is.
So it's proportional with the rest
Right.
of your body. But you as a whole are so
I'm
weak.
small.
Your little head.
I have a little pea head. It's really frustrating. We went to Verstfest last year, or I guess in 2022. That's 2 years ago. God damn it, fucking time. We went to Verstfest, and you know, have you been to Verstfest? Big Oktoberfest out in New Braunfels, and they have like a hat vendor because everyone's got like the German beer hats with the feather and the tassel and all that shit. And so we go up to the hat vendor, and I said to the lady, I was like, we need your smallest hat and your largest hat, please. And Josh did find a hat that fit him. I might have to tease my hair a little bit to wear this correctly.
We're gonna go full Tammy fucking Faye.
Look, the higher the hair, the closer to God.
Dude, Gwen Shamblin. Okay, first off, you know who I'm referring to,
I
right?
don't think so. Gwen Shamblin?
I need you to Google a picture of Gwen Shamblin.
All right, I'm doing this right now. Gwen.
And I want to see your face.
That is some high ass hair. My goodness. I think I saw
a church cult.
I think I saw a picture of her like yesterday.
So she essentially started a church cult, one of those big evangelical church cults that stole a bunch of people's money, but she also gave a bunch of people eating disorders and told them to beat their kids. Well, then she and her supermodel husband, who learned how to fly a plane, died in a plane crash, and her daughter is taken over. Anywho, it's a whole drama thing. There's a documentary about it on HBO. I highly suggest it. However, my only question is, her whole thing was she would lose weight.
Right. No, she looked skeletal in those.
Her hair kept growing. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's like, dude, it's a Bond villain-esque move. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
absolutely.
She's hiding the fat.
It's not even, girl. It's not even Bond villain. That's straight up DC like Batman Rogues Gallery shit.
Like the fat will rule from her body to her hair, and that crown of gold will be filled with fatness on her head. I don't know, some Bible shit. But come on,
her crowning glory. What we didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
What we didn't realize, the reason the plane crash, the hair unbalanced the plane. I'm assuming it was like a Cessna or some tiny little plane like that. Yeah.
Yes. But either way, I'm sorry. Everyone was like, we just didn't understand that she was a monster, and I don't get it. And I'm like, you watched her hair consume her.
Ma'am, that woman was as skinny as a twig, and her hair was taller than Jesus. So.
Okay, I understand. I am from Texas, okay? I understand the higher the hair, the closer to God. There are limitations. Moderation in all things.
Right, exactly. Oh,
Save
man.
some airspace for the rest of us. That's what happened. Is she was waiting on the tarmac and the plane got caught in her hair.
the wig was sucked into the engine.
Yes, we've made fun of so many dead people in this episode.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Who's next? Fuck you, Kissinger. Glad you're still dead.
Dude, okay. And then of course, you know my fucking Irish pogue fucking punk rocker dies like 4 hours afterwards. That's how that went. This is how this went.
Look.
He went, Kissinger gets to go. Nobody put a foot. I'm going in after him and he's gonna come to get me. That's what happened. He went, fuck it. I'm chasing him down to hell, and y'all better fucking pray during my wake, you cunts. And and then he left, and it was great.
I still
That's
haven't.
what happened.
I can't remember if it was his wake or his funeral. I still haven't watched it because like I know that I will just cry through the entire thing. Like I heard about some of the performances and I was like, I can't do this to myself.
I tried to look up a compilation video of like the good moments because I couldn't watch the entire thing. I just couldn't do that to myself. But watching all of like my favorite punk rockers, all of like the people that I've grown up with and watched like thrash and do crazy shit, sobbing uncontrollably, playing guitar or playing drums and just shuddering. I was like,
nope.
We're not in an emotional state to handle this.
Like I don't know when I could be. Like I understand it was an important moment in music history, and if there's anyone who deserves our love, it is him. But my lord, that's just too sad. I can't.
And so this also, speaking of not being able to watch things because they make us too sad.
Right.
I was attempting, I can't even remember what I was trying to watch the other day. And I was really, really sad. And I was like, man, this is why I can't own a firearm. This is why I can't own a gun. I was like, because I'll know how this barrel tastes by the end of the fucking night. You know what I mean? Well, then I started doing online stuff. There's a thread of stalkers and stuff. And I'm like, well, now I have to buy a gun because I can't let a stalker kill me. And I just sat there for 10 minutes like, you fickle bitch.
I mean, I recommend not. In that circumstance, I recommend not owning a gun. But that's just me.
So, I have actually been doing some research on non-lethal firearms. They shoot rubber pellets, but it hurts and it'll stop you.
I mean,
but I can't.
Austin police shot some rubber bullets a couple summers ago and really fucked up a couple kids. Like.
Police, I'm not using it on unarmed protesters.
No.
I'm using it on the dude trying to get into my house.
For sure.
So you can shit your pants. I don't give a fuck.
Right. Like, I will explode your spleen. Just watch me. Because that's the thing, right? Because they're rubber. It's all the velocity. It's not the piercing. So, the internal damage is astonishing. I've
been doing a fuckload of research on this. And, okay, have you seen the documentary called Ticklish?
No.
Okay, first off, it's a movie about competitive tickling that turns into something fucking crazy.
No.
Shaman lama namanon twist.
No.
Friend.
So here's the thing. This is a thing I am telling you, and the 4 people watching this right now, one of whom already knows this about me. I am astonishingly ticklish. If you'd ever take advantage of this, I will kick you in the cunt. But like.
Because I was trying to get past you at a bar and I just kind of did this.
Yeah.
And you went, and I went, I just needed.
Yeah. All right. I just clocked your shirt and I'm laughing really hard because I almost wore a shirt that was a fundraiser shirt. There was a local one of the men's roller derby league was going to a derby tournament in Oregon, and it's an Oregon Trail themed shirt. That would have been really funny. I wish I had done that.
We're precious. You know what's super fucking funny? Is I almost wore my gray Ludo shirt.
Well, I figured like we're doing the Valentine's Day. Like I should wear the heart, like the Love Me Dead.
I have the gray one of that, and I was like, no, I'm gonna save it for this weekend.
I mean, fair. But I was like, all right, you know me, I love a theme. So I was like, all right, we're doing the Valentine's Day episode, like Ludo shirt, red lip, little wing eyeliner.
Was not that classy. I didn't wear a lick of makeup. I like cleaned my kitchen.
So here's the thing. My skin is simultaneously the worst and best it has ever been. Pardon?
Don't you love it when that happens? When like you get like one major breakout every once in a while, but then the rest of the time it's fucking flawless.
I would not know. I have never had that. I have literally, since about the age of like 13 or 14, have had like a nearly 30-year cycle of shit on my chin that I finally broke that cycle. And as soon as that happened, my forehead, my cheeks, the sides of my face just went ballistic. So now I'm
there's this product that one of my friends got me, and it's awesome, and it's got snail mucus in it. I don't give a fuck. Those little sexy little
no. Snail mucus is a very popular product.
Fucking my skin, 2 weeks, and I've already seen.
All right, what is it called? What is it called? I'm picking this shit up.
Okay, guys, this is my unboxing video. So today we're using blah blah blah. Anyway, this is what it's called.
Snail mucus. What's the brand? Oh, CosRX. Oh yeah, I like that brand. That's a good K beauty brand.
Yes, but I don't have to use a moisturizer after this. You know how dry my fucking skin is.
Damn.
I cleanse. I put on a serum. I put this on. That's it.
All right.
I my rosacea is gone.
Hell yeah.
I am not breaking out.
All right. Well, I guess I'm getting that shit. I remember when I took you to
that one's on me.
Yes.
That one's on me. Next time you pay.
Okay. I don't know if you remember when I took you to get your COVID shot. Remember I bought like a thing of moisturizer.
Yeah.
I've hit pan with it. So I've got a different kind that's not quite as scented, and I like that better. It doesn't have.
Yeah, this one doesn't really have a scent, and it's got kind of it's weird. It's got kind of like a mucusy texture. I'm not gonna lie, but you just pat it in.
Yeah.
It's sticky for 2 seconds, and then it just absorbs, and your face is soft. And I don't know. Those sexy little snails can fucking slime all over my fucking face. I don't give a shit.
Hey, after that, we'll let some fish nibble off our calluses on our feet.
Mama's ready for you.
Do you know?
Make me a beautiful animal kingdom.
Do you know? Asuka, the WWE champion, cute Japanese girl with the pink and blue hair.
Yes.
So she lives in Vegas, and I started watching her YouTube channel in 2020. She is just the cutest, and I love her videos because they don't really have much to do with wrestling. It's just her life outside of the ring, and it's just she goes and gets her hair done. She goes grocery shopping. She goes to conveyor belt sushi places. It's just it's slice of life and adorable, and it's the contrast of her. Tim says no one is ready for Asuka. That's very true. And it's just so funny the contrast between her in-ring persona, which is will break you over a table, versus her.
Is she the sexy goth one?
She's a sexy goth. I think you're thinking of Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I knew one of them made me tingle.
I mean, they both make me tingle, so play stands as called. But anyway, there was one episode she did in sometime in 2020, 21, where she goes to this mall and gets the treatment where you put your feet in a manicure tub, in a pedicure tub, but there's fish in there, and they eat. So what was really funny was I had been to that mall, and I recognized it.
Those fish are my friends. They do good work.
All right, so both Tim and John gave the rundown, the differences between Asuka and Rhea Ripley in their own ways, and they're both amazing and perfect. Tim says Asuka equals murder death clown, Rhea equals goth dom mommy. And then John says Rhea is the Aussie goth mommy, Asuka is the one who always has multicolored tears coming out of her eyes.
Okay, yes, I got that.
Yeah.
Yep, now I know what's up. I'm into it. That reminds me, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the guy that I said I was going to marry when I was 7.
Sure.
He has a TikTok now that is dedicated to the life and times of the barn cats that he has now all named and has built them. Oh my God, first off, he starts off and he's like, first off, just love margaritas, and I just wanted y'all to know that. Like, that's one of the first videos. He's always got a little margarita in his hand. It's always got a little piece of fruit or a little umbrella.
Good for him.
Because he's a god. And he started recording these TikToks of the barn cats, and people were like, do they have names? And he's like, yeah, they have names. Well, then he was like, well, y'all got me feeling, I'm gonna build them one of them little houses. He's like, watch this. And he builds them like this beautiful kitty condo, like outside the barn. And you have to, please God, go watch.
I will. That's amazing. Like,
and it is the most wholesome channel. It's so cute.
I love about Steve Austin too is like when he was the mayor, when he was the governor of Minnesota, I can't remember if it was, I think it was South Carolina wanted their rebel flag back, and he was like, no.
Losers. He was like, losers lose things. You lost this. Isn't that when, like, he said something along those lines? Dude, so when I was 7 years old,
John reminded me that Jesse Ventura was the governor of Minnesota. Yep, that was my bad.
He was the governor.
Stone Cold, Jesse the Body Ventura, and then when he was governor, he called himself Jesse the Brain Ventura, because he had to keep some of the kayfabe up.
That's fucking adorable. But dude, I swear to God, when I was 7 years old, I told everybody, I was like, it's either Jim Carrey or Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's who's gonna put a ring on this Sunday. Still waiting.
Oh man.
I'm crazy hot now, and honestly, in today's climate, it's not even weird.
No.
It's really not.
Oh man.
As people, okay.
Now I'm trying to think who when I was a kid I was really into, and that I feel like telling the world.
Well, that's the trick now, isn't it? Because some of the people on the list have had to be crossed off post-haste.
Yeah.
Because of actions and things.
Well, honestly, that's not even the problem. I mean, that can be a problem, but that's not my problem. To my knowledge, there should be certainly. John asks if I was ever into the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Not as a object of like crushing. I always thought he was very funny and very handsome and like a charismatic figure that I wanted to like, hang out with and know. But I was not, for instance, like one of the old producers at one of my old jobs who like had the Rock action figures at her desk and like photoshops of like her, where like it was a picture of her and her husband, but she'd photoshopped the Rock's face on it. Or like someone had done that and like given that to her as a gift in like a frame.
So hypothetically, Joe, what you're saying is you do not want to smell what the Rock is cooking.
2024, Jill, and 2024, The Rock, yes.
I can't, because he and my older brother make the same facial expressions, and when my older brother was really, really into MMA and tan, it was gross because they looked a lot alike and they did the same stupid eyebrow thing. So now when I see The Rock, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, it ruins the whole fucking thing when you put it like that. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I may have ruined pornography for my brother, but he ruined like a legend for me. So.
Oh no. A couple of years ago when I was on, remember Lottie had and Scarlett had that podcast, Netflixmas. So they had me on for Mistletoe and Menorahs, and the male lead in that is the guy is Jake Epstein, who played Craig on Degrassi. And so naturally Lonnie and Scarlett were like, he's so handsome, and I'm like, he looks like one of my brothers. Like, yes, he is objectively a very good looking man. He looks too much like one of my brothers.
yeah, it's like, okay, I can look at him and say, objectively, you are attractive. I can see why people would find you attractive. If I ever get the chance, it's going to take everything in me not to just punch you in the side of the head and run off. But that's what I would do to my brother.
Steal food off his plate.
Yeah, walk up, bitch.
Fart on his head.
My older brother did that once. He was very, very, very intoxicated. He had just started working at bars, and he walked into my room, and I had like a little, like, I think it was popcorn or something. I had just gotten my braces off, so I was eating popcorn. I remember now. And he walked in and he went, he kicked the door open, and he goes, "Sup, bitch?" Grabbed a handful of popcorn, went, "Ow." Spit it all back out, and then went, "What's up?" and left.
Right.
Because that's what brothers do
right.
when they have a younger sister or any sister. They just bust into the room, do weird shit,
right.
and leave.
So my brother is like so much older than I am. He's 9 years older than I am. So the amount of time that we spent like as children in the same house, much shorter than most people who have siblings. But one of my like earliest memories, I must have been like 3 or 4. I couldn't have been older than that. He had gone to a summer camp and he'd gotten one of those like army surplus sleeping bags, like the gray, like, yeah, gray fabric ones. He put himself in it and like put it up over his head so he was like the Heidi Klum worm and started wriggling around the apartment chasing me. And I just remember like running screaming into my parents' bedroom and him like.
So my brother got a job at Spirit Halloween once.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Well, my brother happens to be a theater kid, too. So at the very end, 90% off costumes, a.k.a. 100% off for the employees who are sneaky.
Right.
You know, not naming names.
But, you know, also fuck Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, but also fuck y'all. What are you going to do? Fire him? Anywho, so I shit you not, 4 a.m. I am dead ass asleep in my cute little twin bed, getting ready for junior high. You know what I mean?
This is going like nowhere good.
It is not going anywhere good. So, boom! He kicks open my door. It wasn't like shut all the way, so he just made a loud noise, flinging that thing open. Drunk as fuck, he runs into my room wearing these fly goggles that gave him big fly eyes, this scraggly hair. He had on this vampire motorcycle jacket that gave him wings.
Oh my God.
He ran in and went, ah! And then was so excited that when he ran, he had kicked the door open.
And it bounced closed?
And it bounced almost closed. So when he took off running to get back out of the room, hit right there, and he stopped and went, I wasn't here, and he turned off the lights and slammed the door and ran.
I mean, serves him right.
So the next day I was like, you good? How's your face? He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't here. And I was like,
meanwhile, he's got like a deviated septum and 2 black eyes.
he had this bruise right there, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But it was the funniest fucking shit. A couple of weeks later, he did it again, and he went, hold on, I'm gonna do Mom. And I was like, oh, do it. So I'm like, Kieran, I'm
right.
not dumb. I'm not gonna be in there. I'm just gonna watch from a distance because my mom was really, really good at throwing shit with impeccable accuracy. She could hit you at 50 paces right between the eyes with a pill bottle.
Oh, so wow. Not even a shankla.
No, when you had to give my mom bad news, like, if my brother failed something or like anything like that.
You put on a football helmet, like.
Nope, you would open her door like this, like, "Hey, Mom, I got detention at school today," dun, 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 dun. And you would just hear things bouncing off the door as soon as you shut it. So I am aware of this tactic, so I am hiding. Just like.
Why was your brother not aware of this tactic?
Oh, he was. He just didn't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's 6'4" and like, 230 pounds, and a pill bottle doesn't hurt that bad.
It
So
just sort of bounces off of him.
Funny story. He said that until he got a fork thrown at him on accident.
A fork is sharp. If your pill bottle is sharp, there's another problem afoot.
So I think a lot of traumatized children do this, and we don't mean to, where we say something that is like funny in our family.
Right. But then everyone else is just sort of like,
hey, like that time my mom stabbed my brother, right?
Right.
So anywho, skipping back to the fun part, all I hear is and then caw, and I look, and he is standing on top of her bed, jumping up and down. And she's woken up. She's flailing, like, what is happening? And she pushes him off the bed, and he lands, and he goes, tuck and roll. Does not tuck and roll. Slowly gets up onto his feet and runs out.
Incredible.
Where we erupted into a bunch of giggles, and
For sure.
She screamed obscenities.
Naturally. Tim says in the chat, or if you're my older sister, you throw a metal tipped dart on your younger brother's shoulder when he is young enough to prevent any future shenanigans. It's true. It's very true. I have seen the part of his shoulder where that shit went in. Fucking lawn darts.
Lawn darts.
Oh man.
Man, the people who fucking invented lawn darts are running the country. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, it's messed up. Like, I don't know.
It was like, let's take this blade,
right,
fling it into the sky at our children.
Well, what's the SNL Mainway toy company? And it's like shards of glass, rusty nails, razor blades.
Like lead sprinkled on it,
or right?
Asbestos, lead and asbestos package,
right?
Like, yeah, oh my god.
or the plastic bag, and fucking Dan Aykroyd just like. What's really funny, like in the 70s, that was basically what toys were.
Okay, like. Seeing old commercials for cars is fucking insane to me, because you just see like a mom putting on lipstick while she's driving, and her kids are just like
freaking out in the back. She's got a cigarette.
Yeah, she's like putting on lipstick and smoking
a cigarette. The windows are fully rolled up. She's ashing in the.
She's got a martini in one hand.
She's got a roadie.
She's 9 months pregnant. She's got it resting on her.
Right, exactly. She's got a baby in her lap.
Yeah, there's a kid just on the dash. There's 4 like just bouncing around.
There's one asleep in the little shelf in the back window.
She pops open the console. Another fucking kid. They're Irish, by the way. They're all just a bunch of red-haired little bastards just screaming and running. And she's like, thanks, Chevy. And she asked it right into the soft spot on that new baby. Just taps it in and just ashes right there.
Look, that was a Clio Award winner in 1967.
There is a picture. So one of my friends had this, her family had like this wall of like old pictures of their family. And one of the pictures, and I can't remember who it is, if it's like her uncle or her dad, it's a black and white picture of him as a baby. And he's standing, the car door is open, and he's like holding himself up on the car door, licking and eating the ashes out of the door ashtray. And they were like, look at how cute it is.
Salty? Like what?
Tart.
Delicious.
Oh my god! But that was, that picture always made me giggle.
If there was one of the things that happened in the big clean out was one day I had a bunch of friends over and we were going through all of the photographs. My parents were huge shutterbugs, so it was just like, and it wasn't even like, they weren't most of them weren't even in frames or picture albums. They were just still in the like development envelope shit, right? And it's like going back to like the 50s, some of these photos, sometimes older if they were like my dad's photos or my mom's photos from when she was a kid. And I was really disappointed at the like dearth of like small child holding cigarette or alcohol photos. Like I do not recall any of them. And that's really disappointing because I know they exist.
Come on, that was everyone's favorite party trick.
Right?
Was, hey, the baby can walk now and it understands stuff. Go get me a beer.
Right, exactly.
And then you'd watch they'd open the fridge and they'd do it and they'd be like, fuck yeah, I did a thing. And everyone would go, yay. And then my grandpa, being the gentleman that he was, would let me have a little nip of whiskey.
Right. Oh yeah. I think I know I've this is a thing I've thought about a lot, you know, growing up. You know, when I did, and sort of the have a good one, Tim. Keep listening. We're still gonna chat for a while. Yeah, so like because I graduated high school in 2000, like that was one of those eras where it was like teenage drinking bad, and like, you know, serious, like it wasn't quite the like weird shamey PSAs on the N from like the mid-aughts, but it was still like there was a lot of like drinking culture bad, and like frat culture is causing, you know, college age alcoholism and all this kind of shit. And I was just really thankful that my parents were as free and open about alcohol as they were, because like even from a young age I was always allowed like a sip of beer, a sip of wine, whatever. And then when I was in high school, like I could have my own glass of wine with dinner, like even if we were at like a couple of particular restaurants, because like they knew us and whatever. But like because alcohol didn't have that mystery to it, like it wasn't like I'm gonna try a beer, you know, like it wasn't that. And so there wasn't the like feeling of
Reefer Madness-esque like
right.
scene where you descend into madness.
Exactly. There was none of the like, you know, Barney from The Simpsons like tasting one sip of alcohol and like devolving into a complete drunk. Like there was none of that. It was, you know, I definitely drank to excess, but there was not like the like I'm unopening a mystery that I feel like was the case for a lot of people at that point in time, because that was also like late 90s. That was also like, you know, big like evangelical, like we were like just post the Oklahoma bombing years in that point, you know.
I had something very similar growing up where it wasn't really like there wasn't a stigma to it. My mom wasn't a huge drinker, so there wasn't ever a lot of alcohol in the house. But my grandfather drank. My grandmother loved wine. You know, he loved his Bud Light. You know, they loved sipping whiskeys and sherries and, you know, all that fun stuff. But funny story, I actually didn't start drinking, like actually really drinking, until probably I was 25.
Really?
Notorious for being the designated driver at parties, because I would have one beer and sip it all night, no matter how warm it got. I would just sip one beer, and that was it. And it wasn't really until I moved to Austin and started actually working in like the service industry.
Well,
like,
the service industry.
Everything is a nightmare.
The service industry will give you 3 addictions and a sexually transmitted disease. So like. That's I watched The Bear a couple weekends ago.
Okay, the only thing about The Bear that isn't wildly unrealistic is, one, none of those male chefs are acting even slightly homoerotic with each other. That is wildly unbelievable. I don't believe it.
Yeah, like there's no coming up behind a dude and like gently humping his butt or something.
Or like doing gay chicken, or yeah, fondling each other and saying right into their ears. Dude, they are way too close back there. We need to support all of our kitchen staffs with more mental health, because they're going crazy back there.
They're going crazy back there. I feel like in the case specifically of The Bear, I feel like that that kitchen was so literally family that necessarily wouldn't have happened. But your point is very...
Because, I'm sorry, there's no way that fucking cousin doesn't walk up to one of those other chefs that's been there forever.
Oh, yeah.
Or to Carmi and be like, get out of the way, baby. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Or what are you doing, little girl? Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna make it weird. I'm the one that's gotta make it fine.
God.
Make it weird. I was expecting everyone else to step up yet again. I'm shouldering the whole weird load.
So the thing that really cracked me up about the bear is that Carmi, his brother whose name I've totally forgotten, and cousin Richie, they're all playing these like deeply Catholic characters, all played by Jewish guys. John Berthnell has never played a Jew. He has played a Catholic in every single thing I have ever seen him in, and it cracks me up every time.
I fucking love it, especially when people love referring. Oh, especially when like good old boys reference like the Punisher and shit like that, right? They're like, yeah, this good Catholic man, this God-fearing man, and I'm like, the Jew.
Yeah.
The Jew who hates police.
Yes.
Funny story. He hates the police.
The
character hates the police.
You
guys aren't picking up what this show's putting
down. How Disney has not gone after every last one of those motherfuckers, I do not understand. Because that is not just missing the point of the character, but like using trademarked imagery so against the point of the show, so against the point of the character.
I got to
our sorry.
Weeks ago, I was on a sugar daddy date that was going very, very lame. So I was making conversation with the people around us. One of which happened to be a police officer.
Oh dear.
Who happened? We started talking about comics. What did he bring up?
Punisher.
Frank motherfucking Castle. And
Nope.
I was like, that's interesting because hold on. I have a series of issues that you need to write down.
Was it the butterfly one?
I was like, yeah, it's the butterfly one. I was like, here are all the ones where he graphically murders mass amounts of police because you guys are incompetent.
Yep. Our only fan reminds me, cousin Richie is going to be Ben Grimm in the new Fantastic Four movie.
Speaking of, and the guy Eddie from Stranger Things.
Yes,
he's going to be in it too. He's going to be
he's going to be Johnny Storm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was like, Johnny, you hire a person.
So the thing that I love about Ben Grimm as a character, like even aside from this movie, he and I are b'nai mitzvot of the same synagogue. So I had my bat mitzvah and he had his bar mitzvah at the same synagogue. And I especially love not only do they the list of people from that synagogue is deep. But the thing that I love is that not only did they cast a Jewish guy to play Ben Grimm, they cast a blue-eyed Jewish guy because he's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. And as an ever-loving blue-eyed thing myself, that's wonderful.
We're about to have to kill it, kids, because I'm about to have to go to a doctor's appointment.
Okie dokie. All right. Thank you to everyone who showed up in the chat. You guys are great. I appreciate you so much. Bonnie, where can the people find you?
Bonnie on Instagram. You can also find me on various porn websites. So go fishing, find out, see what's up.
Yeah, fuck around, find out, find Bonnie's spicy shit.
Yeah.
You can find me here, and then if you just look up MX Labradorite, I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on a bunch of different places. Thank you so much, everybody. Say goodnight, Gracie. All right, I'll say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. There we go.